Hi, what's going on? You know what time it is. It is Monday. Y'all ready for Monday motivation? All right. So I'm switching some things up. If you don't know, my name is Chloe from Maria of Gratitude. And I'm just really excited to talk about these cards that I made. Okay? Some people have asked me, like, oh, how do you do Maria of Gratitude? Where do you come up with this stuff? Well, I've been practicing meditation to get my words and thoughts in order. Also, I collect quotes, and for a very long time, as you can see these paintings, I've been putting a lot of quotes on my paintings, and I finally did that with these cards that I got. I couldn't wait till the first. I just couldn't. And Monday did not fall on the first, so oh well. So this is for my creatives. I created this deck for my creatives to find gratitude in their creativity and just knowing with their imagination and just finding things to turn a new leaf, because finding gratitude and having gratitude is a practice. It's something that is very hard for people like myself that are in a place of lack. May come from a place of lack, poverty, the hood, whatever you want to call it. Come from humble beginnings even. And I just want to uplift and encourage those that do and those that don't. Those that are already in a positive mindset, an abundance mindset, and to just practice being positive, seeing that silver lining. No matter how positive you can be, there's always going to be some type of adversity. There's going to be some type of thing that you're going to have to look at the negative and the bad. This is just the way the world works, right? The polarities of things. But the more that you can be able to switch that negative into positive quicker, that's the better. It's like gratitude is having a muscle and continuing to exercise that so it can be easier to outweigh the bad with good. So I just want to introduce you. If you don't know, I'm going to do a video about why I love cards. Yes, I'm a little nerd for cards. I'm a little nerd for a lot of things. I love sneakers still. Don't get it messed up. I have some paintings back here, if you can see. And I'm going to be creating a little bit more and doing a little bit more of things and expressing and letting you know some stories behind these creations. But enough of that. I want to get back into these cards, right? So I tap into my intuition, and then for those that don't know what intuition is, it's your instinctive energy. But the difference between instinct and intuition is more about feeling what's going on the inside, opposed to actively doing something from the outside. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Because I'm not going to tap too long onto that. One thing I will say about intuition, it does help you connect with yourself. So you understand, have better discernment, understand better judgment of what you're doing, self-awareness of, your actions, how you react to things, and just basically how you feel. A lot of us, we're always in our phones and always in our daily routines. We kind of forget about that. But I can go on for hours about that, so I'm just going to cut that short. Because guess what? You'll be seeing another video about that. Okay? So what we're going to do is just shuffle these cards, okay? And how I like to do it, just pick a random card. But I like to shuffle them up because sometimes you got to shuffle up that energy to make new energy, all right? So I just shuffle them up a little bit. So I like shuffling these cards, And I kind of really like when one pops out because that lets me know, like, all right, true. This is the card. This is the message that I need. But sometimes things don't work that way, right? Just like life. And maybe today it does. But, when it doesn't, I just trust myself. That's what intuition is about, trusting yourself. So, which one did we get? We got this lovely one that's back there, right? So this one, I know this is kind of mirrored, so you probably won't be able to see what this says, but the best don't stick around when you treat them poorly. Only the desperate do. So how do you guys feel about that? How do I feel about this card? Well, I remember screenshotting one of these quotes before, just thinking about my self-worth. Should I be hanging around these people if they're treating me like this? So many times I have came encountered with, especially through my entrepreneurship and going out as a woman, as a freelancer, designer. A lot of people want stuff for free, and they'll honestly come straight up and say that. Actually, it's funny. I just thought of times when I used to work at Foot Locker, right? Out of my many jobs I've had, and as I said in the beginning, I love sneakers, right? I would see some people, now I may have seen them from around the way, but I don't personally know them. They really used to come up to me and ask me if they can get a discount on some sneakers and use my discount, my store discount for them. And I'm sitting here like, I don't really know you. But me thinking about, I don't want to come across as bitchy or mean, I would play the card like, oh, okay, whatever. But when you try to please people a lot of times, when you try to make peace with a lot of people sometimes, and when you try to just lose your self-worth, like that does add into losing your self-worth, because you need to tell people a lot of times how to be respected. My motto always was, I respect you, and hopefully in return you'd respect. But at the ripe age of 18, no, I'm just playing. As me being 30 something years old, that doesn't work that way. I don't know which world I came from, as my mom used to say. Where did you come from? But this is not how the world works. And unfortunately, there has been a lot of, heartache and just feeling upset and feeling like outcasted because people don't do that. And then you lose trust within yourself and trust with other people, right? But sometimes you just feel so unworthy. Sometimes you let people, you give, and you let people take, you take. You don't even realize that you're diminishing your self-worth. And you have to look back and understand, what are you doing? Sometimes you can't really predict what the other person is doing, but you can predict what you're doing. Be responsible for what you're doing, owning up to your bullshit. And owning up bullshit could be meaning you're being too damn nice. You're being a doormat, and you're being, again, too nice for people that don't deserve your energy, don't deserve your time, and don't deserve your niceness. And instead of wondering or being afraid of how they're going to react or whatever it may be, just say it. Own your truth. Be truthful and say it. It's taken me a long time to respond in a nice way, but sometimes you can't be nice with certain people. You can't really be nice with assholes sometimes even. And you know what? So what? How do you respond? Because when you understand your worth, when you understand that you no longer need to stick around, you don't deserve this type of treatment, then you realize that you were being pretty desperate for some odd reason to stay in this exchange of energy in the first place. So again, the best don't stick around when you treat them poorly. Only the desperate do. Many jobs, I'm sure y'all can feel me when when you've been, I'm sure at least one person that's watching this has been on a job site where they've had a boss that was just an asshole. And they didn't do anything for the company. They didn't do anything as a team, even though when you interview for it, it's like, yeah, we want a team player. But then you're sticking around, wind up being a doormat or just the yes men all the time. And then it's like you're doing all this stuff for the team, but nobody's being a team player. So many incidents I was like that, because I'm a giver. I'm a natural giver by heart. But this stuck with me when I screenshot this, because, like, why am I sticking around and taking this bullshit? I think you can find better. And when you believe that, as cheesy as it may sound, when you can believe that and you feel that deep down in your heart tells your brain, like, you know what, I think you're right. Let's find something else. And that energy that you give out will come right back. You know, law of attraction, if anybody follows that, that's the way of the universe through energy. And that's the simplest way that we can think about exchange, currency, abundance, all that stuff, right? So, to my people that feel this, I just want to say, think of ways, how are you being desperate? Like, do you really need this? Is this a desperation that you really need to be treated this way? Or can you just be like, you know what? I know I'm worthy of other things, and it's time for me to skedaddle. It's time for me to get up out of this energy. It's time for me to cut this connection and keep it moving. So, I just want to say, have a great Monday. You know how it goes. Have a great week. I hope this message touched somebody. I hope this message resonated with somebody, and look forward for more money motivations and more things coming your way. Okay. All right. Peace.